KM14 road from Salima town towards Chipoka, approximately 30 kilometers away, lies one of the most beautiful and peaceful destinations along the shores of Lake Malawi. Chitsula Lodge, and tranquility away from the busy noise of everyday life. From the very moment guests arrive, the cool lake breeze, peaceful environment, and warm smiles from the staff immediately create a feeling of being truly at home.
Chisulo Lodge and Conference Center offers guests a unique combination of peace, comfort, hospitality, and natural beauty. Apart from our accommodation and conference services, the calm environment along Lake Malawi gives people an opportunity to truly relax and refresh themselves. We welcome families, tourists, organizations, and all visitors to come and experience the beautiful place for themselves.
The lodge offers magnificent self-contained rooms equipped with comfortable beddings, elegant shower compartments, flashing toilets, air conditioners, and modern facilities designed to give guests maximum comfort. Guests also enjoy delicious meals professionally prepared and served in a spacious and beautifully arranged restaurant. Ideal for conferences, retreats, seminars, family holidays, and spiritual reflections. Chitsula Lodge.
Religious sisters and brothers, families, and individual Christians, as well as different apostorates in the church, not forgetting
Goodness has appointed office of rulers and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people. We ask you to behold your abundant favor as your servants, whom you have pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this land. Let your blessing descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we may treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of this country, and of those whose interest you have committed to our charge. Amen.
General business, communication from the chair.
Good afternoon, honorable members. Welcome to day 17 of our meeting. The chair has got no communication. Thank you.
General business 2B, questions or notice to ministers for oral replies.
Honorable Leader of the House.
Good afternoon, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, and the entire House. Welcome. As guided yesterday, we will start business today by tackling bills, financial bills, Bill number 7 and number 8. Once we are done those bills, we will move to laying on the table of statutory reports. Time permitting, we'll proceed with now responses to questions as they appear on today's water paper. I submit, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Leader of the House. Honorable members, there is a motion. The motion in that we vary our standing orders in order to allow the House to tackle business bills Bill number 7 and Bill number 8. Those of in favor say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Government business 3C bills. Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association, Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project, authorization and ratification.
Honorable Member for Nzimba South, what has gone out of order?
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is it in order that as a shadow minister of sports, you can forget very important. I know you love women football, but in your communication, you can forget a critical happiness that has happened yesterday. Malawi Scotias yesterday, we beat Nigeria, and this madam can't go unrecognized. That's why, as a shadow minister of sports, I wanted to celebrate the same with my colleague in absentia, the Minister of Sports, and all of us who were watching yesterday. But, Madam Speaker,
Honorable Member, as a shadow minister for sports, you can communicate to the chair and I'll be able to announce on the same.
therefore, this message is to you, Madam Speaker, that Malawi Scotias has beaten the Nigeria.
Honorable Minister of Finance.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, indeed I beg to move that the Bill number 7, Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project, authorization and ratification be taken today and now.
Honorable Minister, you have to waive the 28 days notice.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, maybe before I present, I would like to ask that all the relevant standing orders be waived to allow me to present this bill because it has not satisfied the 28 days, but it has managed to achieve the minimum 7-day requirement. I make this suggestion, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, because of the importance of the bill that is before us.
Honorable members, there is a motion. The motion is that we allow the Honorable Minister of Finance to table Bill number 7, which hasn't satisfied the 28-day requirement, but it has managed to satisfy the minimum requirement of 7 days. Those of in favor say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honorable Minister in charge, second reading when?
Madam Second Deputy, today and now.
Honorable members, I now put a question. A question is that we allow the second reading of Bill number 7 be taken today and now. Those of in favor say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried.
Second reading, Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association.
Honorable Minister in charge, to deliver your second reading speech.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that International Development Association Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains THRIVE project authorization and ratification be read a second time. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the bill before the House seeks to authorize and ratify a financing agreement made between the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization for and on behalf of the Government of the Republic of Malawi and International Development Association, under which the association has agreed to provide a grant. I repeat, a grant of $50 million US, which is equivalent to 86.65 billion Malawi kwacha, for financing transforming high potential resilient value chains projects. This project, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, will run for 5 years from 2026 to 2031. Mr. Speaker, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the overall objective, let me come back, I think it will run from 2026 to 2031. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the overall objective of the project is to increase growth and access to finance for targeted firms in Malawi export value chains. The targeted firms are defined as direct exporters, small and medium enterprises that are supplying directly or indirectly to exporters. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this project is being brought before the House because Malawi's economy remains stalled in the face of macroeconomic crisis, exacerbated by a limited industrial and export base, declining job creation. Formal employment covers less than 9% of the workforce, and the exports remain concentrated in raw tobacco. Meanwhile, access to finance is severely constrained, with credit to GDP being less than 10%. And lending rates hovering around 28 to 30%. This project therefore directly responds to these challenges, and it consists of 3 components. Component 1, this one is to do with strengthening value chains for exports, and the amount is 8.75 million. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this component will support new and existing exporters through 2 main activities. The first one is the Export Readiness Program for matching grants to buyers to acquire international certification and make pre-approved investment, and an estimated firms or companies will graduate from this program with a dedicated outreach to women-oriented business. B, this project will also support technical assistance to the Ministries of Industrialization, Business, Trade and Tourism to strengthen the implementation of Control of Goods Act, streamline export licensing and update national trade policy. And C, supporting government to institutionalize a transparent, rule-based process for decision on export restriction by financing eligible performance-based expenditures, including issuance and the disclosure of new ministerial directive under the Control of Goods Act 2018, and implementation of the directive through first structured review of export restrictions, and lastly, publication of export restrictions. Component 2. This is to do with financing of exporters and SMEs, and the amount of 45.75 million is allocated for that purpose. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this component directly addresses the critical financing gap for exporters and productive small and medium enterprises. It includes a partial credit guarantee to share risk with participating financial institutions, encouraging them to lend to direct or indirect exporters, and this facility includes shock responsive mechanism when financed by the Global Shield Financing Facility to provide climate risk financing, including insurance premium support for otherwise viable but climate-exposed institutions. Under this category, it also finances lines of credit in both local currency and foreign currency. The local currency line will support working capital and investment in climate-resilient technologies, and the foreign exchange component will finance letters of credit for importation of critical immediate goods by direct exporters who can repay in US dollars, thereby helping them to ease foreign exchange constraints that currently forces many institutions to operate below capacity. And C, this component also will provide support or technical assistance to the Reserve Bank of Malawi, the Malawi Agriculture and Industrial Investment Corporation, MIC, and the Ministry of Finance to establish and manage these financial instruments effectively. Component 3, this is for project management, and the amount of $1.5 million has been allocated to this. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this component will support the project implementation entity to carry out project management activities, including strengthening and maintaining the implementation arrangements of the project, including the recruitment of an independent verification agent, financing project management activities, including operating costs, and enhancing the capacity of the project implementation entity on the technical aspects of the project implementation, including environmental and social consideration. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this project is fully aligned with the Malawi national priorities, including the National Export Strategy 2 and the National Export Recovery Plan, NEP. And this project also directly supports the NEP by identifying external sector development, investment in the rural sector industries, the private sector empowerment, export diversification, and access to finance as central to restoring macroeconomic stability and growth. The NEP, this is National Economic Recovery Plan, recognizes that Malawi's economy is constrained by a narrow export base and persistent foreign exchange shortages, weak manufacturing capacity, limited value addition, and inadequate financing for productive enterprises. By strengthening high potential export value chains and also supporting exporters and productive SMEs and improving access to working capital and foreign exchange finance, and also promoting transparent trade facilitation, this project, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, will help increase exports. It will also increase generation of foreign exchange. It will help the economy to generate jobs. It will also stimulate growth for institutions and contribute to National Economic Recovery Plan objective of building a more productive, resilient, and inclusive economy. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to report that this project, it builds on lessons from the World Bank engagements in Malawi, including the Financial Inclusion and Enterprise Scaling Project, FINES, and the de-risking importation of strategic commodities, DISC. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this project is expected to have the following benefits. By closing this project, it is expected that the additional annual revenue of $75 million among beneficiary institutions, of which 35 million will be additional export revenue. It is also expected to support 300 beneficiary institutions or companies to export. It is intended to fund 300 institutions or companies to allow them to export. It also includes, out of the 100 must be first-time exporters, and at least 10 women-owned or women-led exporting companies. It is also expected to expand access to productive finance by supporting $39 million in debt financing to beneficiary companies and enabling 1,500 businesses to use debt financing. It also supports to include 300 women-led businesses and enable 200 beneficiary firms to access climate risk financing, strengthening the resilience of companies exposed to climate-related shocks. And this also is expected to create jobs by the beneficiary institutions, including 1,950 jobs for women, and mobilize almost 211.5 million in private capital through matching grants, credit lines, guarantees, and climate risk financing, thereby helping to crowd in commercial financing for Malawi's productive and export-oriented enterprise. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in simple terms, this project is expected to create value for money, and the resources will also help firms to create sales, increase exports, access affordable financing, buy critical inputs, and invest in better equipment and climate-resilient technologies. And it will also help businesses to expand, create more jobs, bring more foreign exchange, encourage banks and other financiers to lend more to productive and export-oriented enterprises. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in terms of the terms of this financing, I want to report to the August House that this is a grant. I want to report that this is a grant but then there will be a maximum commitment charge on and if you drawn financing balance, and this will be only half of 1% per annum. And this is only there to encourage us to draw more. If we don't draw, there's when we don't. So it is just there to show that we use the funds as soon as possible. So this commitment fee charges, if indeed they'll be applicable, then they'll be paid from the consolidated fund. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in view of the urgent need to revive our export sector, create more formal jobs, and build the resilience of our private sector to climate shocks, this project requires the full support of this august House. Mr. Speaker, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, may I therefore invite honourable members on both sides of the aisle to join me in thanking the International Development Association, IDA, for providing this grant of $50 million to the government of Malawi, and therefore ask the House to support the bill. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister responsible for finance. I now recognize the responses from MCP. Honorable Member for Lilongwe Pililanchuzi, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you so much, Madam Secretary. I have 10 minutes, is it?
I have 20 minutes.
All right, thank you so much. Once again, thank you so much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for granting me the floor to speak in response to the bill that has been eloquently presented by the Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization. Of course, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I do this on behalf of the Mighty Maui Congress Party, and I want also to sincerely thank the leadership of our party, our party president, Dr. Jaguera, and the Right Honorable Leader of Opposition for granting me this platform to respond on behalf of the party. I don't take it lightly. They could have chosen others. We have many more equally capable colleagues from this side. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the bill before us is very crucial, very important. And I want, through you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to congratulate the Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization for tabling this bill. In fact, it should have been tabled probably after clocking 7 days when it came to the House. It shouldn't have waited this long because this bill is very, very important. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this is a game changer. This is a game changer, $50 million US. It's a game changer. And we want to extend our gratitude to the World Bank for extending this grant in this project. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this bill, Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project, Authorization and Ratification Bill of 2026, basically seeks the authorization and ratification of this House on a financing agreement between the Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization, and the International Development Association for the financing of 36.4 SDR, that's the World Bank currency, which is equivalent to 50 million US dollars. And of course, it's also seeking the authorization of this House for the charging of commitment fee that the Honorable Minister talked about. This may not even arise. And if it arises, it's going to be very minimal. So on our part, Second Deputy Speaker, right from the outset, we want to fully support this bill. It's a very important bill to this nation. And so the Malawi Congress Party and its leadership, together with all our followers, are fully behind this bill. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this bill could not have come at a better time than now. Because right now, as a country, we are facing acute forex challenges. And I've had this problem for some time now. And the main problem of our forex challenges is because we have a narrow forex base. According to the recent World Bank country report, as a country, we have been experiencing dwindling levels of export for some time now, for some years, both in terms of volumes, in terms of value, and even in terms of the number of exporters in this country. If you look at the graphs, they are going down like this. This is one of the interventions that probably is going to reverse this unfortunate trend. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as a country, we can't continue to have this situation of forex challenges. It's inconveniencing everybody, including us members here. Most of us travel here. When we go to the banks, they give us probably 500 if they have it. But usually, people are suffering. We are all suffering as a country. And so this is a very good intervention so that we turn around the situation. As you are aware, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, currently our trade deficit as a country is very wide. I think we are over 3 trillion kwacha. In other words, we are importing more than 3 times what we export. And so this bill is the right intervention to turn around the situation. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as the Honorable Minister said, this bill is into 3 parts. The third part, of course, is about financing the project management entity. I will not focus much on that, but I'll focus much on the 2 parts. The first part is about strengthening value chains for exports. This will support government's export readiness program through providing target firms with advisory services and performance-based grants to equip the said firms with skills and financial incentives to enhance their export capacity. This is very, very important. It's important because one of the challenges of our businesses, of our firms, of our companies, particularly in the export value chain, is access to financing. As the Honorable Minister said, right now cost of financing is hovering over 30%. It's quite high. And most of the companies are struggling to access financing. Now to have such a project which will be able to give grants, matching grants to selected firms. This is very exciting news, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. My only plea, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, is that we are going to choose these businesses, these firms, based on merit. Meritocracy has to take preeminence over kakitocracy. Those that are deserving must be able to access these grants, regardless of whether they're connected to anybody. Merit has to be the basis and not connection to anybody. That is our plea, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Madam Speaker, the other subcomponent of this part is the capacity that is going to be given to the Ministry of Industrialization, Business, Trade, and Tourism. particularly when it comes to the implementation of the Control of Goods Act. In the Control of Goods Act are some provisions, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that vest the powers in the minister of this ministry, Minister of Trade, in short, to restrict the importation of some goods and services, and also to restrict the exportation of some goods and services. This capacitation of the ministry is going to encourage transparency, so that the ministry should not just wake up one day. If the minister sleeps, probably waking up from the wrong side of the bed and then just decide we have restricted the importation of this kind of goods or services, or we have restricted the exportation of this kind of goods and services. As a country, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, where we are, we don't have to choose the kind of water that we need to extinguish the fire. Our economy is burning. We don't have forex, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. And so there's really no reason why the Minister of Trade should just, wake up one day and say we are restricting the exportation of such goods, unless it's maize, because we need maize in this country. But otherwise, we don't have to choose. Whatever we have that we need to export, we have to export. Because that's the only way that we'll be able to get forex that we need in this country and change the trajectory of our economy. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, at this point in time, we should export whatever is in demand outside there. Whether they want grasshoppers, whether they want our soil, let's export anything because we want to get forex. There's no reason to restrict the exportation of anything that is in demand out of the country. You remember, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, last time we brought the Bureau of Chamber here, because the Cannabis Regulatory Authority had done market research where the country would be able to get $700 million per year out of exportation of chamber. We need that, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, because as a country we cannot continue like this. It's like we are all down as a country. We have had this problem for a long time, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. As a people, we need to turn around the situation so that tomorrow we are not going to face the same problem that we're facing right now. The second problem, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that exporters this country, especially the SMEs, are facing is the issue of bureaucracy when it comes to getting permits from the Ministry of Trade. They take long, Madam Second Deputy. As I'm speaking now, there are other exporters that have had their applications submitted to the ministry for past 6 months. They are not being given their permits. Some of them will take even a year, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. In fact, as I'm speaking, there are some officers in the Ministry of Trade that have these permits application in their interim, and they're just looking at them, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I want to mention this, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, that these exporters are doing this nation a favor. It's not them, it's not the ministry, it's not the nation doing them a favor, it's them doing us a favor as a nation. And therefore it's important that we expedite the authorization of their permits. The other issue is the processes. For them to get all the permits, I think there are about over 10 steps, 10 permits that they have to get. They have to go to trade, they have to go to chambers of commerce, they have to go to Reserve Bank, they have to go to MRA. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, this is too long. Why don't we streamline all these processes? Why don't we have a single window so that when they go there, they get their permits and off they go and export? We cannot continue like this, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I want to finish by tackling on the second part of this bill that is talking about financing the firms that are in the export value chain by providing them with partial credits, including line of credits in local currency as well as in forex. Most of the businesses in Malawi, as we're speaking now, are struggling to access forex because there's no forex. And therefore, they are even failing, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to run their operations, especially those that are in the export value chains. Because without forex, they can't buy the raw materials. They can't. And so this is very, very important. With these very few remarks, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, as my Congress party, we fully support this bill, and we hope that this project, when it comes to pass, is going to fulfill all its objectives. Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Sir. Madam.
Thank you, such honorable member for Lilongwe Pilanjus, who is also the spokesperson of MCP. Now the bill is open for general debate. Can I have takers on the floor? Honorable member for Mwanza Central.
Thank you very much, Second Deputy Speaker. Let me apologize. Old habits take time to die. I stood up before you recognized me when you said the bill is now open for debate, but I remembered that we have to press the gadget before we stand. My apologies, Honorable Speaker. I want to thank you for allowing Mwanza Central to comment on Bill number 7, the bill that seeks to authorize and ratify financing agreement between the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization on behalf of Malawi government with the International Development Association dated 19th June 2026, under which the association agreed to provide to the government a grant in an amount equivalent to 36,400,000 special drawing rights in order to assist in the financing of transforming high potential resilient value chains project. Madam Deputy, Second Deputy Speaker, I want to thank the Minister of Finance for negotiating for this particular financing. This is a grant, and as UTM and as a Member of Parliament for Mwanza Central, we have no objection. We support this bill. It presents an opportunity, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, to transform this economy. Number one, through value addition, increased productivity, export growth, and job creation. For far too long, our country, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, exported raw commodities. And to the surprise of all of us, we import finished goods of the same raw materials that we export. That is something that, as a nation, we need to come to a point where we agree and say, I think we've done this bad habit for so long, and it is now time to change and start doing things differently. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, when we export raw materials, when we export unprocessed goods, what we initially do is we export jobs. We have been exporting cotton, and when we export cotton, in return we import finished textile. And when you look at that, what we are initially doing is we are processing the raw cotton outside this country. And in the process of processing that or turning that into lint, there are jobs that we are losing. Now, when we start processing and exporting finished goods, initially what we'll be doing there is now to allow young people in this country find better jobs. It will create jobs.
Just to remind you, Honorable, that you have 2 minutes because your time is 5 minutes, so you have 2 minutes to go. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a very important bill, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. It's unfortunate that our standing orders sometimes are very unfair, on such kind of bills. Rather, let me just go straight to what we want to advise government, because a very good financing of this nature can also find some hiccups. Finance has been one of the financing models for businesses in this country, but not many people, not many businesses are aware about finance. And the financial institutions sometimes take advantage of such cheap financing. And when they get this money from Reserve Bank, they are given very fair rates, like 1%, 1.2%. But because there is knowledge gap, many people are not aware of this kind of financing. Financial institutions end up charging higher rates on Malawians. So I want to request the Honorable Minister of Finance to follow up closely, monitor our financial institutions, how
Yes, can I hear the Honorable Member in silence, please? Thank you.
I want to request you, Honorable Minister, to monitor how this money will be disbursed, because sometimes financial institutions take advantage. I want to request you, Mr. Speaker, I want to request the Finance Minister to make sure that there is transparency in.
Misesa? Is it Luntha City, Misesa?
Thank you very much. This is Luntha City, Chichiri Misesa. Thank you.
City, Chichiri Misesa. You have the floor.
City.
5 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for recognizing the people of Luntha City, Chichiri Misesa, to add this voice on this very important bill that I believe that is going to put Malawian's economy at a very high level. As we all know that we are struggling with the issues of Forex, and to do business in this country is becoming very, very difficult as days pass in and pass out. I would like also, Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, to thank the Finance Minister for ably presenting this bill to this House, which is a very important bill, and I believe this bill would have been presented here some years back. If it was done, I believe here in Malawi would have been moving towards a good direction. Let me take the opportunity also to echo on the words that His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, President of this nation, said that when he's voted into power, is going to transform the economy of this country to the highest level. This is the evidence, Second Deputy Speaker, that we are not just talking, but we are rather walking the talk. Second Deputy Speaker, this bill is going to help business people in a number of areas. For example, as a president of car dealers here in Malawi, we have been struggling to buy, to procure or to import vehicles outside this country for quite some time now. I believe when DPP was in government, Forex was not an issue. But the past 5-6 years, we have been struggling. This has led to a number of small-scale business that are praying their try to go into our commercial banks to access Forex. We are finding a number of difficulties. Therefore, let me echo to what the honorable members who have spoken before me in supporting this bill, that when the 50 billion is injected into this country, is going to ease the businesses.
Honorable members, there is no gawawa here. We call it, we say here.
Second Deputy Speaker, small-scale businesses are struggling in this country because of the issue of Forex. Very few people are managing to get Forex when they apply to our commercial banks. So the coming in of this bill, the introduction of this bill by our able Minister of Finance, I believe is going to give a lease of life, a sigh of relief to many Malawians out there. And I believe the people I'm representing here from Luntha City, Jijiri Misesa, are happy as I am standing in support of this bill, because we have many businesses in Limbi that needs to export from outside. And also there are the other components that is going to help expertism, that is going to help the SMEs on how to go about their businesses. And I believe that one also is going to educate many SMEs in as far as doing their businesses is concerned. But without much of ado, I'm very, very much pleased with this bill, and I believe that Luntha City Jijiri Misesa is also in full support of this bill. I thank you, Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Deputy Leader of the House.
Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, having listened to the debate so far, which is all in support of the bill, I would to move a motion that we curtail debate to allow the Honorable Minister of Finance wind up. I beg to move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Leader. Honorable members, there is a motion. The motion is that we curtail debate in order to allow the Honorable Minister responsible for Finance to wind up. Those in favor say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Honorable Minister, wind up debate.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. First, I would like to thank all the speakers that have spoken or commented on this bill, starting with the spokesperson for my Congress party. I would want to agree with the comments made. He mentioned that this is a very important bill because it is going to improve our export base. It is going to help us to generate more Forex, to create more jobs. But he did mention that there's need that the beneficiaries, be it companies or individuals, they have to be selected based on merit. I want to assure the honorable member that the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika will always go for merit. Because Nkukuta Moyo's agenda is to transform the economy. And it doesn't look at the company based on where it is situated or who is the owner of the company. So I want to assure the honorable member that indeed merit will be the basis for selecting the companies. He has also mentioned that the application of COGA, Control of Goods Act, I think should be applied properly by the relevant ministry, Ministry of Trade and Business. and it should be able to allow more exports, and we should avoid applying more restrictions. He has also mentioned the need that we need to reduce bureaucracy so that it didn't take too long, and ensure that the applicants for permits and licenses need to be supported in the shortest time possible. He has also mentioned also the streamlining of process of ensuring that even the banks, they should not take long, and at the same time, they should not be charging high fees or charges, which I entirely agree, so that the banks should not take advantage. We also had a comment, very important comment from the Mwanza Central, who is also supporting the bill and also has reiterated the importance of this particular bill. He also emphasized the need for transparency, accountability, and that there must be fairness, either in selecting the beneficiaries, and also the banks need to be fair. Again, they should not take advantage by charging exorbitant fees and charges. Lastly, we had also a contribution from honorable member from Luntha, Kichiri Misesa, who is also, I think, my nearest MP, because I'm in the border between Luntha, is it Luntha South, for the honorable speaker, and the Luntha Kichiri Misesa. The honorable member is also supporting the bill, and also he has reiterated the point that this bill confirms the Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika's promise of transforming this economy and creating a resilient, a growing and stable economy. So in short, Madam Secretary Speaker, the House supports this bill, and I would like, as Honorable Minister, I would like to thank all those that have spoken, and I therefore ask the entire House to support the bill.
Okay. Honorable Minister, you move,
I
yes.
move that the bill be read for the second time.
Honorable members, I now put a question that bill number 7 be read a second time. Those in favor say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Committee stage, Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association, Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project, authorization and ratification.
Honorable members, the bill is now at the committee stage. May I call upon the Honorable Chairperson for Education, the Lady Chair, to chair the committee stage of the bill.
Honorable members, welcome to the committee stage of Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association, Transformation High Potential Resilience Value Chains Project, Authorization and Ratification, circulated to honorable members on Saturday, 11th July 2026. I wish to inform you that so far, the chair has not received any notice of proposal amendments on the bill. If no one wishes to speak, I now put a question. The question is that clause 1 to 5 stand part of the bill. Those of the opinion say aye. And those of the contrary opinion say no. The yes have it, and the motion is carried. That's it. Honorable members, this marks the end of committee stage bill number 7 of 2026, internal development. Okay. International Development Association, Transformation, High Potential, Resilient Value Chain Project, Authorization and Ratification. Thank you for your active participation. Thank you.
Report stage, Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association, Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project, Authorization and Ratification.
Minister in charge, report.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I'm pleased to report that Bill number 7, Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains, Thrive Project, Authorization and Ratification Bill number 7 of 2028 has passed through committee stage without any amendments. And I beg to move that the third reading be taken today.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister responsible for finance. Honorable members, I now put a question. The question is that the third reading of Bill number 7 be taken today and now. Those in favor say yes. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried.
Third reading. Third reading, Bill number 7 of 2026, International Development Association, Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project authorization and ratification.
Honorable Minister. The motion?
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I beg to move that the International Development Association Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Thrive Project authorization and ratification Bill number 7 of 2026 be read for a third time and passed.
Honorable members, I now put a question. The question is that Bill number 7, International Development Association, Transforming Higher Potential Resilient Value Chain Project, authorization and ratification, be read a third time and passed. Those of the opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried. The bill has passed. Honorable Deputy Leader of the House, guide us.
Thank you very much, Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, and also to thank the entire House for passing the bill, and also the Minister of Finance here who has led us into discussing the bill. At this juncture, may I move a motion that the House now tackle Bill number 8 of 2026, which is International Development Association.
Just guide us, Honorable Deputy Leader. There is no need for a motion. Thank you.
Okay, my apologies. Let me guide, therefore, as follows: that at this moment, the House now tackles Bill number 8 of 2026. The House now tackle Bill number 8 of 2026. I would wish to guide in that manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Leader of the House.
Thank you.
First reading, Bill number 8 of 2026, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0, authorization and ratification.
Honorable Minister, we need to move a motion first before it has the bill has not satisfied the 28-day requirement. Honorable members. Oh, okay. Honorable Minister, please request for the floor.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that all the relevant standing orders be waived to allow me to present this bill, International Development Association, Malawi Governance to Enable Safe Delivery, just the 2 projects, authorization and ratification. I'm asking for waiver because it has not satisfied the 28 days, but it has managed to satisfy the minimum number of days, which is 7 days. I'm asking for this waiver because this bill is very important, as we all know, because this is part of the reformed Constituency Development Fund. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Second Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, there is a motion that we waive the 28-day requirement period in order to allow the Honorable Minister responsible for finance to table bill number 8. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Second reading.
Honorable Minister, second reading when?
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, today and now.
Honorable members, there is a motion. The motion is that the second reading of bill number 8 of 2026 be taken today and now. Those of the opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Second reading, bill number 8 of 2026, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0, Authorization and Ratification.
Honorable Minister, responsible for finance, you have the floor.
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to move that the International Development Association, Malawi Governance to Enable Service Delivery, just 2 project authorization be read a second time. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the bill before the House seeks to authorize the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization to receive from the International Development Association a grant, I repeat, a grant in an amount equivalent to 58,200,000 special drawing rights, which is equivalent to $80 million. And in Malawi Kwacha terms, the $80 million is equivalent to about 142 billion for implementation of Malawi Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2, herein referred to just the 2. This project is a successor to just the 1.
Honorable members from my far left, can I hear the Honorable Minister in silence? Thank you.
I was saying that this grant we have received today is a successor to just the 1 operation and is designed to deepen decentralization, improve local service delivery, and strengthen institutional accountability at the district and local levels. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the primary objective of just the 2 is to strengthen efficiency on financial resources management and multi-level governance for improved service delivery at the local level. And the project is structured in 3 interlinked components as follows. Component 1 is to do with performance-based grants for the districts and municipal councils. Under this component, this project is supposed to provide performance-based grants to these councils, thereby benefiting from performance-based grants programs, and we are expanding from only funding district councils. Now will be funding municipal councils, namely Kasungu, Luchenza, Mangochi, and Karonga. At the same time, under this component, we'll be supporting councils to carry out investment sub-projects selected and prioritized in alignment with each council's annual investment plan and derived from the 5-year district development plan aligned with the Malawi 2063 vision. Thirdly, it will also ensure that sub-projects comply with eligibility criteria, environmental as well as social standards and applicable laws and regulations. Under component 2 is harmonization and streamlining of performance of enhanced planning and results. Under this component, the project will be carrying out the annual local authority performance assessment, this is LAPA, to evaluate council performance and determine performance-based grants. B, it will be also reviewing business processes with focus on planning, financial management, procurement, and contract management, developing performance dashboards, and procuring ICT equipment. And C, supporting continued skills enhancement and professional education development for council officials and selected ministry, departments, and agency staff. And it will also be conducting periodic countrywide assessments of citizens and local businesses' satisfaction with the self-delivery, reinforcing citizen engagement and social accountability. Under component 3, this one is project management. Under this component, this project will be carrying out project management activities, including external audits, environmental and social safeguards audit, monitoring and reporting, and oversight of environmental and social standards. And again, under this component, we'll be financing operation costs necessary for effective implementation. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in addition to the above, just do includes a contingent emergency response component, SEP, enabling the rapid reallocation of resources to respond to eligible emergencies such as natural disasters, disease outbreak, or food insecurity, which have become increasingly frequent in our nation. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, you may also wish to be reminded that just one, which closed successfully, supported the critical improvements in the council performance and service delivery across all the 28 district councils. Building on that foundation, just the two will further embed the principles of accountability, transparency, and results-oriented governance at the local level, directly contributing to decentralization policy, the Malawi 2063 enablers, and the decentralization agenda provided for in the National Economic Recovery Plan, partially effective governance institution. I would like to inform the August House that this bill also is in line with the National Economic Recovery Plan. If you look at the plan, it's talking about decentralization. It's talking about empowering the district councils. This is what this project will do. Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, this project will disperse funds based on performance. This is a performance-based. As I've said, this is part of the reformed CDF. I know people are saying there's no money for CDF. Money is there, and this is over and above that we have in the budget. So money is available. But being performance-based, I would kindly request that let's take advantage of this. The money is available. I want to emphasize this to the August House and to those that are listening to this statement. With regard to the terms of this, of this financing, I would like to inform this August House that this is a grant from International Development Association, IDA. But then there is a commitment fee if we don't use the money quickly. I repeat, if you don't use the money quickly. If you don't use money quickly, then there will be a half percent of 1% per annum. And such charges will be paid from the consolidated account if indeed we fail to use. But I don't see any reason why we should do so. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, the project will be implemented by the National Local Government Finance Committee, NLGFC, like reformed CDF, established under Section 149 of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi, with oversight from a project steering committee and a project technical committee, and supported by dedicated project implementation team. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, let me emphasize that this project is not merely a continuation of JSID, but it is a significant upgrade because it places stronger emphasis on citizen feedback, digital transformation of local financial systems, and climate resilient local infrastructure. It is also fully aligned with the government's own local government service delivery reform agenda and the decentralization agenda provided for in the National Economic Recovery Plan. The closing date of this project is the 30th June 2031. So it is also a 5-year project. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, in view of the transformative potential of this project to improve the daily lives of our people, the people in the village, especially the people that today they could be desperate to get services, to get infrastructure, to get roads and bridges, and also to ensure that there's quality health, education, water, and roads, which remains a challenge to us. It is imperative this Honourable House supports this critical bill before us. May I therefore, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, invite honourable members to join me in thanking the International Development Association for its continued partnership with the Government of Malawi, and I call upon the August House to support the bill. Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I beg to move.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister responsible for Finance. I now recognize MCP spokesperson, Honorable Member for Lilongwe Msinja constituency. You have the floor.
Thank
20
you.
minutes.
Thank you, Second Right Honorable Speaker, Madam. I would like to thank the President for my Congress Party, Right Honorable Dr. Chakwera, and the Leader of Opposition for recognizing our people of Lilongwe Msinja South to speak on behalf of my Congress Party. Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, I stand to speak on the bill before this National Dialogue Table, GSED 2.0, and I would want to contribute as follows. First, to Right Honorable Second Speaker, Madam, good governance is not measured by the number of policies produced, workshops conducted, or reports submitted. It is measured by the quality of service experienced by ordinary Malawians. This bill before this National Dialogue Table, Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, presents an important opportunity to strengthen the local governance systems, improve institutional performance, enhance accountability, and deliver better public services. These are objectives that deserve Parliament's support. However, I wish to submit that Malawi must move beyond measuring governance through administrative compliance alone. The true question is not whether institutions function according to procedure. The real question is whether citizens experience better lives because those institutions function effectively. Madam Speaker, Madam, Malawi Congress Party therefore proposed that this project should introduce what may be called a citizen service delivery scorecard. Rather than evaluating councils on financial reporting or procedure compliance, government should publicly report measurable service delivery outcomes such as, number one, reduction in project completion delays, improvement in water supply and sanitation services, increased functionality of healthy facilities, improved maintenance of local roads, fast delivery of public services, and citizen satisfaction with local government performance. Second, Deputy Speaker Madam, government exists to improve people's lives. Citizens should judge institutions by outcomes, but they should not judge by organization charts. This project should strengthen the professional capacity of local authorities. Many councils, as we speak, continue to experience shortages of planners, engineers, procurement specialists, financial analysts, and monitoring officers. Sustainable decentralization, second, Right Honorable Speaker, Madam, requires that we invest in people much as we invest in systems. Malawi Congress Party would like to propose that we need to take much of our time in improving technology in our councils. Technology should become a central pillar of implementation. Digital procurement systems, electronic project monitoring, online financial reporting, and public performance dashboards should be significantly strengthen transparency while reducing opportunities for inefficiencies. Malawi Congress Party would like to encourage government to come up with what we would call the annual parliamentary development performance report that covers all major governance projects. Parliament should not merely approve funding, it should annually evaluate whether governance reforms have translated into measurable improvements in service delivery. Malawi Congress Party believes that Malawi's development challenge is not only about increasing expenditure, it is about increasing public value. Citizens do not experience governance through policy documents, they experience governance when medicines are available in hospitals, when children learn in completed classrooms, when roads remain passable throughout the year, and when councils respond efficiently to community needs. Malawi Congress Party would like to say, after 5 years, local authorities should become more responsive, public institutions should become more accountable, and communities should receive better services. And this project will have justified Parliament's confidence. If not, we shall simply have financed another governance program without fundamentally improving governance itself. Very lastly, Deputy Madam Speaker, Madam, development financing should not merely strengthen institutions, it should strengthen public trust in those institutions. This should remain a collective objective. Malawi Congress Party, with this submission, supports the bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member for Lilongwe Msinja. Honorable members, the bill is now open for debate. I recognize the honorable member from Zimba South, who is also our former vice president of this republic. Honorable member from Zimba South, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. Madam Deputy Speaker, why I'm standing is nothing else but because I'm extremely happy that if you bring such bills in this House, we would say government is on the right track. Why do I say this? Deputy Speaker, a grant is something that all of us must celebrate because it is going to help us without any strings attached to it. If you look at the memorandum and you look at the requirements, these are standard requirements. So through you, let me congratulate the Minister of Finance, and indeed through him, the Minister of Local Government as an implementing agency. To you, the Minister of Local Government, let me also say this, that let's make sure that our systems at the Assembly are top-notch so that we can consume this money without getting any punishment from the agencies that are giving us this money. Deputy Speaker, in my last comment on this one is the Minister was saying it's more or less like a success. No. You have been given this because you are able to perform. So you must congratulate yourself that you have started on the right path. Because it is, Deputy Speaker, if you did not satisfy the requirements
Can
and
I
the
hear the
standard,
honorable member? Can I hear the
the
honorable member in silence? Can I hear the honorable member in silence, please? Thank
Deputy
you.
Speaker, I'm saying through Minister of Finance, if you do not satisfy the requirements and the standards set by the IDA, this bill or this grant will not have been given to us. So we want to thank you and continue looking for some more grant in order for us to uplift the status of our country. My standing was to encourage you, Deputy Speaker, those who were doubting that the 5 billion CDF is not going to be a reality, I think now they have the answer. With these remarks, I support the bill. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, honorable member for Zimba South. Honorable members, I would also like to inform the House that in view of the importance of the matter under consideration, the House will not suspend proceedings for a usual health break. Thank you so much. I now recognize the honorable member for Chililongwe Chilobwe constituency.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, Madam, for allowing Lilongwe Chirobwe to contribute on this. The true measure of this bill will not be the amount of money approved by this House, but whether ordinary Malawians begin to experience better roads, improved markets, reliable water supply, quality health facilities, better schools, and more responsive local authorities. Importance of this bill. The bill reinforces Malawi's decentralization policy, accountability for public resources, service delivery through strengthening financial management systems, planning processes, ICT systems, and citizen satisfaction monitoring, capacity building of local councils. However, Second Deputy Madam Speaker, while I support the bill, there are areas where government should strengthen implementation. Limited direct benefits to ordinary citizens. The bill focuses on improving systems, governance, and institutional performance. While these reforms are necessary, citizens ultimately expect tangible improvements in their daily lives. While these reforms are at that stage, government should ensure that improved governance translates into visible infrastructure.
Can I hear the honorable member in silence, please? Can I hear the honorable member in silence, please? Thank you. Honorable member, continue.
Government should ensure that improved governance translates into visible infrastructure, better public services, and improved living standards. No guaranteed equitable allocation of resources. The bill does not clearly state how resources will be distributed among mentioned councils or whether poor and more disadvantaged councils who receive more to move towards the development level of the other councils. We encourage government to adopt transparent allocation criteria that promotes equity and address development disparities. Weak citizen participation. Although the bill provides for citizen satisfaction assessments, it does not provide strong mechanisms for citizens to participate in identifying, monitoring, and evaluating projects. Communities should not only be consulted after projects are completed, but should actively participate throughout the implementation cycle. Capacity gaps. Some councils continue to experience shortages of engineers, planners, procurement specialists, and financial management personnel. Without addressing these human resource constraints, weaker councils may struggle to meet performance requirements, thereby widening inequalities among local authorities. Therefore, Madam Deputy Speaker, as government implements this project, I recommend that transparent and equitable criteria for allocating project resources across the mentioned councils. Strengthen citizen participation in planning, monitoring, and evaluation of district development projects. Publish annual performance reports for every beneficiary council. Build technical capacity in weaker councils to enable them to compete fairly for performance-based funding. As this project will wind up in 30th June, I would like to ask the government how it will have this program sustainable after the closure of this project. I support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Member for Lilongwe Chilobwe constituency. Honorable Deputy Leader of the House.
Honorable Madam First Deputy Speaker, considering the debate that on the bill so far, everyone from both sides is in support of this bill that government should proceed to access these funds. And without much ado, I would like to move a motion that we curtail debate to enable, to allow the Honorable Minister, the able Minister of Finance, wind up. I beg to move, Madam First Deputy Speaker. Madam.
Honorable members, there is a motion. The motion is that debate be curtailed in order to allow the Honorable Minister responsible for finance to wind up. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honorable Minister responsible for finance to wind up debate.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. First, allow me to thank all the speakers that have spoken for supporting this very important bill, including the spokesperson for my Congress party. I want to agree with the honorable member that indeed we need to move beyond compliance or governance. And that indeed we need to show tangible results. And we need to have a scorecard or even a dashboard. I would like to say, actually, that's the very reason we have GESIT. If you heard what I said, is that this GESIT 2 is designed to deepen decentralization, improve local service delivery, and strengthen institutional accountability at district and local level. And if you also listened to my previous statement I made on the other bill, I also talked about technology. So I want to assure you that this government of Nkuktamoyo is addressing exactly what you have said. And I think I would suggest that we need to understand when I say this is performance-based. Performance-based, that it means at the end, we should be able to show what has happened. That's why it's performance-based. That's why we will not just disperse the resources. We have to show that there's an activity that we want to do. That's why we need, for you to give us, to pay you, you have to make a request and you have to show certificates on the ground. Then we'll pay based on that. Oh, yeah. So that is taken care of. I just wanted to mention that, just to give you an example, what just one has achieved. Lilongwe alone has benefited 65 projects. 65. Lilongwe alone. One of them is Chigodi Health Center. This is Lilongwe Mpenu. We have Kibungu CDSS in Lilongwe Mapuyu North. I have the list here. Each and every constituency completed. You have the Chowo CDS Girls Hostel in Lilongwe East. You have the Beni Health Center in Lilongwe Sinja South. We also have Nambuma Bridge. We also have Nambuma Bridge. This is Lilongwe Chirogwe. Just to mention a few. These are examples of what has happened on the ground. What has already happened, we're going to show you.
Can I hear the Honorable Minister in silence, please?
Madam Second Deputy Speaker, I just want to confirm what the Honorable Member said, that indeed that's correct. We need to show results, and we did show results. That's the very reason why we are saying this is performance-based. We also have to show results. And the Honorable Member was also talking about that Parliament needs to evaluate annually. You have said that we need also to evaluate, the Parliament has to do it. That's why we presented a budget at the end. We'll give you, that's why you have that, what you call that document which shows the number of projects that have been done. I think it is document number 5, if I'm not mistaken, where you actually see what has been done, what has been achieved.
95 billion to Lilongwe alone.
You have also indicated that the government should only be measured by public trust. I want to agree with you. Indeed, that is indeed true. As Honorable Madam Second Deputy Speaker, we also got support from our former Vice President, who is also encouraging Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika to continue doing a good job. Because for us to get this money, it involved the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. Because even the international donors, they know there is Kukutamoyo. They know it's going to perform. That's why they are supporting this $80 million US for JESIT. With regard to the comments made by honorable member from, is that Lilongwe Chirobwe? I think I would want to, I know this is your first term. I think you need to go back and see what happened in just one for you to appreciate what just the two is going to do. It's actually results oriented. It's performance based. That's why exactly what you have said is what I've read actually, that there must be accountability and make sure that there are the results that we need to show. So I want to agree with you that indeed what you have said is correct and it's exactly what this project is supposed to address. With those remarks, as a way of winding up, I want to move a motion that this bill number 8, International Development Association, Malawi Governance to Enable Self-Delivery 2, or just the 2 project, authorization and ratification, be read for the second time. Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister responsible for finance. Honorable members, I now put a question. The question is that Bill number 8, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2, authorization and ratification, be read for a second time. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Committee stage, Bill number 8 of 2026, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0, authorization and ratification.
Honorable members, the bill is now at committee stage. May I call upon the chair of Women Parliamentary Caucus to chair the committee stage of the bill. Thank you.
Honorable members, welcome to the committee stage of Bill number 8 of 2026. International Development Association Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0 Authorization and Rectification. I wish to inform you that so far, the Chair has not received any notice of proposed amendments of this bill. If no one wishes to speak, I now put a question. The question is that clause 1 to 5 stand part of the bill. Those of the opinion say aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it. The motion is carried. Honorable members, this marks the end of committee stage of Bill number 8 of 2026, International Development Association Transforming High Potential Resilient Value Chains Project. Authorization, International Development Association Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0, Authorization and Ratification. Thank you for your active participation.
Report stage, Bill number 8 of 2026, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0, Authorization and Ratification.
Minister in charge, report.
Thank you, Madam Second Deputy Speaker. I would like to report that Bill number 8, International Development Association, Malawi Governance to Enable Service Delivery, just the 2 project, authorization and ratification, passed through committee stage without any amendments. I therefore beg that the bill be read a third time.
Honorable members, there is a motion. The motion is that Bill number 8, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2, Authorization and Ratification, be taken today. Those of the opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried.
Third reading, Bill number 8 of 2026, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2.0, Authorization and Ratification.
Honorable Minister, third reading when?
Madam the Second Deputy Speaker, today and now. And that the bill will be read for the third time and passed.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister responsible for finance. Honorable members, I now put a question. The question is that Bill number 8, International Development Association, Governance to Enable Service Delivery Project 2, Authorization and Ratification, be read a third time and passed. Those of the opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. The bill has passed. Honorable Deputy Leader of the House.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, for presiding over these two bills now that have been passed. And let me also congratulate the Honorable Minister of Finance for facilitating that these bills should come to the House, and all other government officials that took part. And also to congratulate the members here for meriting these two bills and passing them into act. At this juncture, as my leader had guided earlier on, I would want to state that we should go to government business. This is 3B, which is about subsidiary registration, and this is 3B1. The Honorable Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization, to lay at the table the following government notices 1, 2, 3, and 4. I beg to guide in that manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Leader of the House, for that guidance. Honorable members.
You don't have to. There is one.
Honorable members, there is a motion.
Thank you very much, Madam Second Deputy Speaker, Madam, for the guidance. Let me at this juncture, therefore, move a motion. The motion is to vary all standing orders to enable the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Decentralization to lay at the table a number of government notices. We have a number of them, a lot of them. I beg to move. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy Leader of the House. Honorable members, there is a motion. The motion is that after a health break, we vary our standing orders in order for the House to tackle government business 3B, subsidiary legislation. Those of the opinion say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion say no. The ayes have it and the motion is carried. Honorable members, I now suspend the House for a health break. The House will resume at 16:30. House suspended.